Friday evening class. If you're jumping in on Facebook and YouTube. I'm just going to mute the Zoomers, so muting all of you in Zoom. If you're jumping in on Facebook and YouTube, welcome. As I was just saying to the guys jumping in on Zoom, we're not 100% sure this is World Breathing Day, but if you Google it, you either get April or you get February the 3rd. So we thought this was a great opportunity. I've just done an hour, not me personally, but I've just been on the Oxygen Advantage Instagram stream, and it was fantastic because we have master instructors from around the world. We were in Canada, we were in America, we were in Argentina. So it was a really good opportunity to get to be sharing some breath work with them. But for our session today, we're going to do a little bit of qigong, a little bit of movement and breath work. So if you can take a moment just to find a comfortable space. So if you can find a space to stand, make sure that you've got plenty of space around you. We're not going to do anything energetic. This is all about down regulating, calming the nervous system, bringing, if you follow qigong, if you follow the practice of qigong, bringing some sort of like yin energy to the system. As I say, it's a Friday evening, down regulating and relaxation. So let's just take a moment just to breathe with the spine. The spine is so important in terms of longevity, of health. So just get some movement through the spine. You're just going to take your hips back a little bit. You're going to expand the body. You're going to open up the chest. And we're just going to do a very gentle breath in. And then a gentle breath out. As we're breathing out, we're just tucking the tailbone underneath, tucking the pelvis underneath. Then we're going to breathe in. And we're going to breathe out. Now, any movements that we're doing this evening, you want to not force or push or strain. So it's just keeping it nice and calm and relaxed. And the breath is just soft. You'll notice, hopefully you can't hear me pulling breath in. I'm just taking a nice, soft, easy breath in. So I'm expanding, opening up the spine. Breath out. And find your comfortable rhythm. Follow your breath. You don't need to follow me, or if you're watching on Zoom, you don't need to follow anyone else in Zoom. This is about your rhythm, your breath. I'm just going to turn to the side. You can keep facing the front, but I'm just going to turn to the side so you can just see how I'm extending and opening up the spine, and then just tucking the pelvis underneath and just curling up a little bit there. Smooth, easy movement, smooth, soft, quiet, effortless breathing. Just do 2 more in your own time. And then take a rest. Just take a moment, just standing tall and just feeling how that movement has perhaps helped you feel with that upper body nice and light, tall and light and lifted. Then we're going to do a little movement which is going to be a little bit of rotation of the spine. We're going to do water waves. So it's just imagine that you've got water in front and behind you. So you just got some gentle resistance that you're running your hands through. And particularly with this one, bring awareness behind the body, because we often are just focused on the front of the body or what's in front of us, because we can obviously see ourselves in the mirror, we can look down and see the front of the body. We very rarely pay attention to the space behind the body. So just having an awareness of the space behind your body. And that little rotation through the fingers, the wrist. I'm just going to whiz round again so you can keep facing the front, but I'm just going to show you what is happening with my hand behind. So you get that little bit of spiral behind. Really pay attention behind the body. Calming, relaxing. I know there's a few people on the Zoom who have been to Scotland and who have been in the loch, and this is just there. Imagine you doing this. And there's a few people on Zoom who are coming to Scotland at the next in March as well. So just imagine you are running your fingers, your arms through water. Breathing easy. And then slowing it down, slowing it down. Again, standing tall, maybe giving the legs a little bit of a shake out. It's surprising how you feel suddenly you're doing quite a lot of leg strength here. So maybe shake your legs out a little bit and then just stand tall for a moment. Feel what you've done, how you've improved that upper body, that openness, that lightness, that liftedness in the upper body. Right, we're going to do something called spreading the feathers now, which is a really nice movement, again for the spine, but also for the arms. So having your palms facing forwards, taking your feet about shoulder width out, and then it's like you're gathering in front of you. So you notice there's a sort of like a little hinge of the hips, and then you're going to spiral, and then you're really going to stretch out the arm line, stretch your fingers, stretch every single finger in your hands, stretch out the arms. So deliberately putting a little bit of tension through the arms in a good way. Lengthen the arms and then just very gently tuck the chin. So you lengthen the back of the neck. And then soften and let go. So soft here, gathering, and then standing a little bit tall, spreading the feathers, tucking the chin. Even though we're creating tension, make sure that you're not overstraining. So just breathing easy, breathing in, and then breathing out gently. And really feel the difference between the strength there, or tension in a good way, and then the softness here. Lengthen the neck. And what I'm going to do at the end of this session, for those of you watching on Zoom, I'm just going to open it up to questions, because I know we've got some new people on there who've maybe not joined the classes, and we've got some people who've been to our Tuesday and Thursday morning classes. So I'll just give us a 5 minutes questions at the end as well. Really nice one for the shoulders. Let's do a couple more. What is interesting with these movements is the more you get used to them, the more you practice them, the more your body, I find, the more the body says, oh, I need a little bit more of this. So some movements I could just keep going, and then I think, no, I have to take a rest, take a moment. Again, just take that moment in between, bring your feet a little bit closer together, standing tall. And then stepping back out. And then we'll do the opposite way. So where we had the palms facing forwards here, turn the palms facing back. So this I really like, is like you get that little spiral through and then stretch the palms out. Again, little subtle tuck of the chin there. Spreading the feathers. Then palms back, spiral through. Really stretching out the bones, the ligaments, the tendons, in the fingers all the way through the arms. And again, really notice the difference between the strength, there, the tension, and then just soften and relax. Soften. And you might find that one arm or one side feels a little bit tighter than the other one. Do a couple more. And then take a moment again. Bring your feet together, or a little bit closer together. See how you can feel maybe a little bit more tingling through the arms, a little bit more relaxation in the shoulders. And then we're going to do a little bit of shaking. So start with your feet again, just about shoulder width apart. Just use your legs as almost like pumps to shake the body and let the shoulders go. And then you can bring the wrists into it, so shake the wrists a little bit. And then you might feel, I want to take a slightly fuller breath, so I'll breathe in through the nose and sigh out. Let go, breathe in, calm, full breath, sigh out. Maybe one more nice full breath in. And then just letting the breath be natural, soft, slowing it down, slowing it down, slowing it down, slowing it down, slowing it down. Opening up the arms a little bit, open up the armpits a little bit, create some space in the armpits. And then just notice the tingling sensations. Where do you feel the tingling sensations, the energy flowing, the blood flowing? Letting the breath settle, just breathing calmly in and out through the nose. No particular way, just letting the breath be natural. Good. So we've done a little bit of movement. We've got the energy flowing. We've opened up the spine. We've opened up the rib cage nice and gently. Now we're going to move into We're going to do 3 qigong flow. How are we doing time-wise? We're going to do 3 qigong flow movements. So the idea is once we've moved our energy around the body, we now let that energy move our body. So that's sort of what the intention that you have behind moving into a flow movement. That idea, and I'm sure you've all experienced it, whether you've been out walking, whether you've been out running, playing sports, if you're playing sports, or even just relaxing when you feel as if you're in the zone. And that's what we want to get here. It's not, you don't want to be feeling as if you're trying to do anything. If you haven't done these movements before, again, you might be thinking a little bit about how to do them, but just do what feels good as you practice them. First one is called flying. So it's quite a simple one to visualize. So imagine you're breathing in, you're extending, you're standing a little bit taller, and then you're breathing out, soften a little bit. Breathing in, shoulders relaxed, breathing out. And again, you don't need to follow me or anyone else if you're watching on Zoom, just follow your own breath. So just as the breath breathes in, breathing out. As I said, we were just doing an Oxygen Advantage live on Instagram, and one of the master instructors made a really nice visualization that I'll be honest, I'd never thought of before, is just feel the elasticity in the lungs. It's quite nice. It's like, can you feel the lungs, that elasticity when you know the breath is at the top without forcing? It's not about pulling more breath in, it's just feel that elasticity. Standing a little bit taller as you breathe in and just sinking just that little bit lower as you breathe out. And also using the whole body. So even though it's predominantly, or it seems predominantly an arm movement, that whole body is involved in the movement. So breathing into the whole body. Feel that connection to the ground with the feet. Feel the strength in the legs. Maybe you notice a subtle weight shift forwards and backwards. Let the whole body move very subtly. Feel that lightness as you breathe in, and calmness as you breathe out. Tall, flying high. Couple more in your own time. And then taking a moment. The next flow we're going to do is pulling down the sky or pulling down the heavens. So palms facing up as they come overhead. Just that little bit of lift up, look up slightly, keep the shoulders relaxed. And then it's like you're gathering energy from the heavens, from the sky, and bringing it down into the body. Expanding, breathing in. Softening, breathing out. And remembering none of this is forced. So go at your own comfortable pace. Go at your own comfortable range of motion. If you have any issues with the shoulders, then just do a smaller movement. You can do a smaller movement. Keep it gentle. Let it be guided by the breath. Just a couple more in your own time. Taking a moment. And then a nice one just before we finish, to center yourself. Bring one hand and the palm facing up, just below the belly button, a bit of roundness in the elbow there. And then you're bringing that other one down the center of the body. So forehead, throat, chest, belly, and then swap. Breath in, breath out. Really good for centering, grounding. And then just interlocking the thumbs and just resting your hands just below the belly button, just letting the elbows settle into the side of the body, bringing your feet together. And just closing your eyes. If you're new to this, you will feel that little bit of rocking and swaying. That's natural, it's normal. Just allow your body just to find its own natural balance. You might even spiral a little bit. It's a standing posture called bamboo in the wind, and it's a really good analogy for life too. It's that combination of strength and groundedness, and then flexibility and lightness and softness. That combination creates resilience. Just as if you watch a piece of bamboo, the strength and the flexibility means it can thrive. Just give yourself a moment now just to enjoy the stillness and the relaxation and the calm. And then when you're ready, in your own time, just taking a slightly fuller breath in through the nose, opening your eyes at the top of that breath, stepping out, giving your hands a gentle rub together, taking your time just to come back to sitting. And I'm going to end the class there for Facebook and YouTube. So thanks if you are joining and watching on Facebook and YouTube. Really appreciate you coming along this evening. If you want more information on these classes, I'll put a little link on the bottom of the class there for you to follow. We do these classes every Tuesday and Thursday morning, and hopefully in the future I will certainly be doing some more classes in the evening. So thanks Facebook and YouTubers. If you want to stay on Zoom, we will answer if there's anybody who's got any questions.